If buying groceries were a game, what are some of the loading screen tips? You guys overestimate the quality of loading screen tips. After selecting your items, you can pay at the counter. Need many groceries? Get a cart. Don't forget to reload drive. Freeman. Get fruit in the fruit section and dairy in the dairy section. It's a bad idea to take meat from the broken fridge. You need food to live. Food costs money. You will have to wait in line to check out. A low luck stat can result in the person in front of you to take much longer in finishing their transaction than normal. Always check the price by unit. Is that family size really cheaper than the normal one? Also consider how much you'd actually use. What's the point in buying 36 ounces if you'll only use 10 and throw the rest out in 2 weeks? Tip: don't shop on an empty stomach. You'll end up buying extra junk food. I actually have the opposite problem. I can't shop on a full stomach. When I'm full I don't have a taste for anything and I just aimlessly roam around the store. Shopping on an empty stomach works for me, but I also don't buy junk food. Lol. Get refrigerated and frozen items last and load the checkout lane how you want them bagged. Heavy hard items first, frozen items together, produce then fragile last. Then bagging is easy. Edit: am I the only one who prefers to bag my own? I'm faster anyway. Make a list of things you wish you had in the moment during your day-to-day life to remind yourself what things to buy at the store. I keep a magnetic notepad on the fridge for exactly this. First page is a shopping list. Second page is meal planning / ideas. If I'm cooking and I use the last of the garlic, or I notice we are almost out of eggs, I jot it down right then. If I'm folding laundry and all of a sudden I'm like, wings would be good this week, it goes on page 2. When I go grocery shopping, the work of planning and figuring out what we need is done. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Woohoo. Always check the price per kilograms instead of the total price. Particularly egregious here where the flyers and labeling in store will advertise price per pounds with the price in kilograms in small print elsewhere. Being that this is Canada, that small print is what I'm actually looking to pay. When you see little semicircle marks on pears, it means somebody has dug their nail into it checking they're ripe and then bought the ones they hadn't damaged. Same for peaches. I used to work in the produce section. Any pre-packaged produce, such as fruit bowl, came from damaged fruit that we couldn't sell. A pack of strawberries has a few fuzzes. Cut up the rest and sell them in a bowl. Somebody dropped and cracked a papaya. Cut it up and sell it. And the markup is ridiculous. A pineapple cost $3 and takes me 5 minutes to cut up. Half of a pre-cut pineapple at the store cost $8. There's no such thing as saving money by buying an item because it's on sale if you didn't intend to purchase it in the first place. Edit: there will always be another sale unless the sale makes you change your dinner plans to something equally healthy but cheaper than what you intended. Checking expiration dates. I already do that enough at my job. Side note, expiration dates are not always 100% accurate. Your food might go bad well before then. Avoid the coughing old man. The milk is in the back, so you get distracted before you get there. If you can run fast enough, no one will stop you from stealing something. There was a grocery store that put essentials in a case by the front door, so you didn't have to run to the back of the store. It was basically milk, eggs, butter, cream cheese and coffee creamer. So you walk in, grab your milk, go to express lane, pay and leave. You spend maybe 2 minutes in store. Always make a list. If you know the layout of the shop, put the items in the order in which you will put them there. My grocery stores app has a list making feature that will automatically sort all of your items by which aisle they're in. It will also recommend items you often purchase and let you know if they are on sale or if there's a coupon available. While more agile than a cart, the basket holds fewer items. The cart can be used to ram competitors. Buy frozen goods and dairy last to maximize bonus points. The drunk debuff might increase efficiency in the beer run and corner store levels. The I've been awake for 30 hours debuff results in low resolution. It's harder to get the right stuff with this. Get fragile foods last. Check your eggs haven't cracked before purchasing. Bagels in the bread aisle are $3.69, but you can get some good ones for half that in the refrigerated aisle. A lot of frozen items are like this. Frozen meals, pizzas, meats, etc. The frozen stuff is way cheaper, sometimes half the price, and you'll either likely be freezing this stuff anyway, or using it within a week, in which case it thawing in the fridge doesn't matter. The generic brands taste just as good, except off-brand mac and cheese, it's cheese. Also our market fresh salads aren't very fresh. You're better off to go with rotisserie chickens. Food containing excess fat and sugar may lead to permanent changes to your character's waistline. That was the worst feature the devs created. I think those assholes don't want to acknowledge it was a bug, so they don't have to fix it. If buying groceries were a game, the difficulties go from easy to 2020 mode. Keep your distance from other buyers, or you might cause a second wave. Also, you must solve this maze with tape to the floor. Avoid the center of the stores and only shop the perimeter for the most nutritious and fresh foods. Is this a function of staff restocking shops is easier and causes less congestion if the sections that require it are located on the perimeter, and thus supermarkets have ended up this way. If you wanna have fun, use the self-checking and try the job of cashiers yourself. Deleted. Tip: check prices are correct on receipt before exiting game. Do people do this? I don't think I've ever done it in my life. Try not to buy products that are in your direct eyesight. Buy the ones that are at the bottom to save money. Unless the ones at the bottom are sweets. They're in the direct line of sight of kids, so prices would probably be higher if they're sweets. Older things are placed at the front of the shelves, newer at the back. If you're stocking a pantry for long storage, get from the back. Sorry, supermarket workers. You have betrayed the secrets and must pay the ultimate price for your transgression. Your punishment has been decided. You must change the box crusher and then clean the public toilet. You are never too old to ride the cart. In addition, respect the cart, it's not Mario Kart. Tip: PLS, let other people have some food too, otherwise they might quit the game because they died of starvation. Alright, I won't punch old lady who took the last box of eggs, even though she clearly saw me reaching for it first, anymore. If someone is standing in front of the product you want, stare aggressively at them, or pretend to be interested in something else until they move. You must not be a Midwesterner. Oh, lem just scooch past, yeah. Don't forget the milk, don't grab the celery, you don't use it, don't you yell at the employees that rude, you said you'd be just 10 minutes not 1 hour. Celery does get used for soup and snacking. Problem is I'm single and celery is sold in a big bunch, so it's hard to use it all up. Be nice and cool with the workers. They will appreciate it and will go that extra mile if you're a kind person. Sometimes get discounts and free stuff. Seriously, if you're a scumbag to the staff and you ask if they have any stock in the back, they can lie and say they couldn't find any. Two kinds of stockroom checks. There is the regular kind, whereby you check the system and double check if it's possible the count is wrong, then grab the product. Then there is the asshole customer kind, where you actually don't look at all, sit in your phone for a minute and say no. Don't get stuck on brands. Often, the only difference is the packaging and price. Many times the generic brand is even better. Tip: make sure to double check if you've enough funds for your purchases before heading to the cash register. Wouldn't wanna end up having to walk out empty-handed and unburied. Don't forget to buy that pack of oatmeal that you're going to store for 2 years and then throw out. Get out of my kitchen. Deleted. My local store has a forgot my card option. At self-checkout, I just press that button and I get the same discounts as if I had a membership. Eye contact in the checkout line must be avoided at all cost. It is often seen as consent to conversation. Yes, introverts unite. Separately, in your own homes. Don't let our bathrooms fool you. The rest of the store is very clean. I don't understand why, but grocery stores always seem to have the grossest bathrooms of any business I visit. Buy one get one free is usually buy one for 50% off. Except when it isn't. A lot of items in my store will say, in small print, must buy 2 for discount, or something similar. Remember, you still have cheese in the fridge that's about to expire. Finish that first, you dense methodica. Why are you addressing me directly like this? Check your meats, check your eggs, always round up, try to budget, make a list. Deleted. Put the ducking carts where they belong instead of leaving them scattered all over the parking lot, you filthy cretins. Load heavy items into your bags first. Be polite and kind to the checkout staff. Sometimes you will get discounts or a sample from the deli counter. One time a lady in front of me was being a royal bitch and I literally said please and thank you, and the guy gave me a piece of provolone. It was a good day. She didn't get offered one. Tip: if an item in Walmart isn't on the shelf, look on the very top rack where they store extras. But always ask for assistance for items on the top shelf. Tomatoes are fruits. Peanuts are not nuts. Tip 42. The products at the back of the shelf is fresh as tip 43. Anything is a dildo, if you're brave enough. Press the big red buttons on the walls that say in case of fire to engage chaos mode. If you get stuck, look above the aisles and you'll find some helpful hints as to what each aisle contains. Annoying children are fast, but easy to punt. Uncut fruits always cost significantly less than cut and packaged fruit. You should go to Aldi first to get most of what you need. Aisle 3 rotates its inventory weekly. You may find a deal on something other than food. You really don't need that third jar of Nutella. Don't be afraid to show dominance over other shoppers. The healthiest options are not at eye level. 1. Be sure to give the tomatoes a light squeeze. The firmer ones will last a little longer. 2. Some stores will cut open a watermelon at the deli counter so that you can verify its quality before purchase. 3. If you see someone struggling to get something off a shelf or find something, politely offer to help them. It's a small kindness that can brighten both your days. 4. Don't stop with your cart in the middle of the aisle. Everyone hates that guy. To expand on #2, that can be handled in the produce section itself. Also, don't be afraid to ask for a sample of a fruit or veg you haven't had before. The 2 different chains I've worked for actively encouraged produce employees to offer a free sample. Remember bread and the Alamo. Deleted. Don't go grocery shopping stoned. Always check the eggs in the carton to make sure none are broken. First time I went grocery shopping by myself in my adult life, I texted my mom like, I know you always check the eggs before getting them, but what are you checking for? Never crossed my mind that they could be broken in there, lol. Tip: take items from the front so other people can have the fresh stuff, and we won't have to throw away the old bread. Lost children are free to take. There are certain power-ups called coupons. Get as many as you can. Frozen vegetables and berries are just as healthy as fresh ones, and don't spoil that fast. Avoid the Karen. Tip: remember to buy your food with money. Expiration date and sell-by date are very different. Food will last well after sell-by date. Tip: give your grocery cart a mini test run to avoid the cursed wobbly wheel. This curse grants the player with a +3 annoyance factor and adds an additional +1 with for each item on the list for the duration of the game. Careful, if your annoyance meter gets too full, you will forget key grocery items to fulfill your quest. Those tips are often pretty obvious and useless, so drinks can be found in the beverage aisle. If you get pineapple first, you can use it as weapon in late game phase. Covered tip: take home some empty clear vegetable bags and open them at home. They are a bitch to open without licking your fingers. That way they are ready to go when you are shopping. Go for the hams. Tip: you can hook 2 bags per finger so that you never need 2 or more trips to unload the groceries from the car. Don't go shopping whilst you're hungry. Pro tip: fill your hunger meter before grocery shopping so you don't buy more than necessary. You were killed by a pomegranate. Pay attention for the pomegranate danger indicator. Remember, the store brand cost less, but sometimes only by a few cents. If you want to eat healthily, buy the food around the edges, not the stuff in the aisles. Tip: don't forget to check the price per ounce section on the price tag. It will tell how. I hope you're really paying. Never go in just to get alcohol. Tip: stick to your list. Sometimes, the largest package of an item is not always the best deal. Try looking at price per item as opposed to price per package instead. To buy groceries, you need to walk. Deleted. Oh my, you watched until the end? That's fucking awesome, dude. Thanks for watching.